meditation. So the Sedona method, you don't have to know anything about it, but the essence of the Sedona method is basically that rather than pushing away feelings that we don't want to have or thoughts that we don't want to have, we welcome them instead. And then gradually work on releasing them, but it's with a sense of welcoming. So again, I'll guide you through it. You don't have to know anything. So just, but you probably remember having done some of these before in the past. So make yourself comfortable. Find where your body can rest for the next period of time. Maybe start by bringing the shoulders up to the ears and roll them back and down, and maybe do that a few times just to release any tension you might be carrying in the shoulders, holding the weight of the world on your shoulders. And allowing yourself to settle. You can keep your eyes open or close them, whatever appeals to you. So we have these busy brains, and we're always wanting to figure things out. We always try to anticipate what might be coming, what to expect, so we can figure out how to prepare. What's our next plan of action? And right now we're in a time of really huge change as a nation, globally, personally, collectively. And in many ways, it feels like the rug is being pulled out from under our feet, right where we stand. And we seem to be unable to see the future. And if we do think we see the future, we're imagining all kinds of really terrible things happening. And that causes us worry, pain, discomfort. So just pause for a moment and check to see what emotions are coming up for you right now. And you don't have to search. Probably one or two will jump right out at you. And just for now, without asking how, could you just allow all of the fear, confusion, trepidation, maybe even anger or rage, uneasiness, uncertainty, doubt. Just welcome all of the swirling of emotions and thoughts that might be happening for you right now. Can you just welcome them for this moment? And can you even imagine letting them spin? Just let them. And then would you also notice and maybe even welcome any desire to make all of them go away? Any desire to change your thoughts, your feelings? Any sense of, I should let them go. I have to change these thoughts. Any sense of, I always do this, I always spin out. Can you welcome even that? The moment you find something to welcome, often that shifts everything. So can you just love whatever you're feeling in this moment, as difficult as that might be? Can you allow yourself to welcome the emotion that's here right now? And even if it's anger or fear or sadness, can you just welcome it just for this moment? And can you also notice how much you want to change it, how much you want to push it away, get rid of it? Would it be possible, just for this moment, just for now, to welcome all of these thoughts, feelings, emotions, and even the desire to change them? Could you be with all of that just for a moment? Not with the desire to understand or change or fix or vanquish, push away. Can you just allow everything to be here? And you might even see everything spinning. Can you allow that? Can you let them spin? Would it be possible to allow all of these swirling emotions, thoughts, just for now? And maybe even welcome the emotions, the thoughts. And as you're just allowing them to spin, pause for a moment and notice that part of yourself that's always compassionate and loving. Just take a moment to get a sense of that. Maybe your higher self, your true self, there with you all the time, inside of you always. And as you welcome your higher self, your real self, your essence, notice perhaps the stillness, the awareness, the love that you are. And then could you also allow yourself, as that love, as that compassion, to again welcome these feelings, these thoughts, fear, uneasiness, uncertainty, doubt, trepidation, confusion, anger, whatever's here. And can you let them all spin? Just let them. Is it possible to also welcome all of the wanting, the striving that's associated with these feelings and thoughts, the beliefs about where you should be doing something better or different? And usually we try to push that wanting, the striving away, to try to fight them, to get over the thoughts, to ignore them, to rise above them, or whatever. And that quite often just brings them back or even strengthens them. Could you just for this moment, just for now, would it be possible to welcome all those thoughts about how you should be feeling better, coping better? Allow all those thoughts to be here. Maybe imagining them like little children crying out for help, wanting attention, love, acceptance. Hold them lightly. Again, the moment you find something to welcome, that often shifts everything. Can you love whatever you're feeling in this moment, even if it's utter confusion or frustration? Can you allow yourself to welcome all of the emotions that are here right now? Can you welcome them just for a moment? And at the same time, can you also notice probably a strong desire to push the fear or anger or doubt away, to fix it? Maybe even welcome the frustration or even anger about the fact that you're having these thoughts, these feelings. Is it possible to also welcome all of the wanting of control, to push all of this away, to make it just disappear? The wanting of security, of knowing these feelings won't come back. The wanting of approval, often from yourself, and the wanting to be separate or together. And if there's any one particular thought or emotion about all of this change, the sense that the rug is pulled out from under you, that just recurs over and over again, could you welcome that one emotion or thought into awareness? And if it's not just one, just welcome everything that's here. It's okay. You can still welcome everything with the recognition that whatever is coming up, it's coming up so you can see it. And maybe let it go. And also allow yourself to notice how personal all this feels. How much it feels true, perhaps. Or how much it feels like this is you. How much all these feelings that are coming up mean something about you and who you are. And could you also welcome all the evidence that your mind is probably coming up with to back that belief up? Because our minds do love to do that. And then perhaps pause and see if there are times when it's not been true. The many ways it's not true. And again, just welcome any remaining sense that this is all personal. That whatever those thoughts, those feelings are saying is you. Or it means something about you that you're lacking in some way or not dealing well enough. And notice, are you actually those feelings, those thoughts? Are they you? Or are you the one who's aware of them? Are you the thoughts, the feelings, everything that's coming up right now? Trepidation, fear, anger, uncertainty. Is that who you are? Or are you the one who's aware of them? And just to check, if you were to release those thoughts or feelings, those emotions, all of it, would you still be here? Would you still exist? And could you also welcome any remaining sense that any of these feelings or thoughts, emotions, they're going to keep going on and on and on, that you're never going to feel better ever. that you're stuck with all this fear, anger, trepidation, uncertainty. It's going to keep happening now forever. That's generally what we do too. We think that if we feel a certain way or we felt a certain way in the past, that we'll always, always feel that way. Could you allow yourself to be open to the possibility that that's just another one of the mind's stories? And the past doesn't have to be the future. Could you open to the possibility that even though it's been that way, or seems to have been that way in the past, it doesn't have to be that way in the future? And could you allow yourself to notice what's here right now? Right now, in this moment, what's here? Maybe there's just a hint of peace, a sense of possibility, of ease, of quiet, just in this moment. And could you allow yourself to notice if the mind is still coming up with more stories, more examples? Could you just give that mind some love and some compassion for how much it wants to help? The mind is spinning these stories in an effort to keep you safe. And then could you give you, the person, some love for how difficult it is to have a mind that tells you you're stuck with feeling like this always, that you'll never feel calm again? And allow yourself to notice, what would it feel like? What would it look like to be your own best friend? To be able to be kind and loving with yourself always. What would it be like to treat yourself with loving kindness, to reassure yourself, to support yourself? And now allow any remaining sense, these feelings, these thoughts, anger, fear, worry, will be here forever, that they're never going away. And that's just what minds do. They spin these stories. And would you let that go, that sense of doom, of feeling stuck? Would you open to treating yourself with loving kindness? Could you allow the words that you need to hear to come up now? Could you offer yourself this love, this support? Would you accept it from yourself? And if there's any doubt that you deserve to hear those words, any sense that there's something wrong with you, could you welcome that as well? Again, anytime you find something to welcome, that's a huge shift. Could you welcome loving kindness? Maybe even allow yourself to think of a way that you do treat yourself with loving kindness and love. compassion. Notice what it feels like. What are the words you would say to yourself, and how do you respond to it? And then could you just allow that to flow through you, the feeling of being treated kindly with compassion and love? And we'll just go through that one more time, just for this moment. Could you welcome, or at least allow these feelings, these thoughts, fear, trepidation, worry? And could you at the same time also allow the wanting to push away the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions? Could you allow that wanting to push away to release? Is it possible? Could you release wanting to push away feeling like this? Would you? Could you allow everything? And would you also open now to the possibility of treating yourself with gentle, loving compassion, kindness, support? Allow yourself to get a deep sense of what that feels like, what that looks like. What do you say to yourself as you treat yourself with loving kindness and compassion? And allow yourself in this moment to rest as that love from which all compassion and kindness comes, as the love that you are. And as you're staying with that, I'm going to read you some words that I found on Facebook. This is called Come Home Now. And it is said to have been channeled from the Great Council of the Grandmothers through Sharon McGurlane. The grandmothers speak. You are coming awake now. You are opening to your real self, the self that has never been absent and never will be absent. You are starting to remember yourself, starting to recognize that you are more than you've previously known. Your heart is expanding, and so is your mind. You are growing into yourself. It's time for this to take place. Although the world seems to be falling apart, you are coming together. And each time you purposefully slow your breathing and think of the net of light, this happens. Think of your connection with us, your connection with one another, and all forms of the divine. Think of Jesus. Think of Kuan Yin. Think of Buddha, Muhammad, Maria, any form of the beloved that comes to you. Think like that and do it often. Call on the highest love, and you will instantly begin to remember yourself. Think now of the radiant net of light that holds the cosmos and holds you, you precious human being. You are precious. You are part of the divine weaving. Without you, the world would not be complete. So take your place on the net of light. Somewhere where two of those radiant strands come together is a place that will feel just right for you. Sit down there and rest while the net of light holds you. Let it rock and uplift you. Rest. There is nothing for you to do now but breathe. Breathe with the net of light. Let it hold you. Breathe you. Love you. This is the net of light, the net of life of the universe, and you are at one with it. This is home for you. The net of light is home for everything that lives. Realize that now and let yourself come home. Come home and stay there. Let the world rave on for as long as it needs to do that. Let all the craziness rise up and express itself. You can't stop it. You can't change it. But you can witness it. You can witness it with compassion from the peace of your own home. Come home now.